The Mariyama would make a hell of the entire universe if they had the power. The monsters they create are testament to that. We call them Coven, the abhorrent slave soldiers of the Mariyama Celestials. A cruel blend of changeling creature and augmented machine parts. Things living in pain and living to cause it. The frightening ones are the smart ones. Things that think almost like people. Maybe think better. Things that will hunt you down like vengeful gods. Difficult to outsmart. Impossible to reason with. It's the traveler trade to cross with evil. But in this darkening cluster of stars, the Coven remain the last thing you want to encounter. Short of the Mariyama themselves. I'm CC Orlev. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. As we all know, the Awakened have a long, proud history of contribution to our home world. But how familiar are you really with the origins of your Awakened neighbors? Take the Awakened bears. Because of their resilient physiology, their ancestors were charged with bringing medical care to early human colonies living in the most remote and hostile of environments of the cluster. A noble beginning for a species that today can be found too often working as mere military muscle. From life-saving medic to deadly soldier. Do we call that progress? Celestials are not big on compassion. One look at the Archivir will tell you that much. These hardy changelings were designed to survive the extreme. Acid, radiation, even hard vacuum. Their unique biochemistry allows them to adapt to almost anything the universe might throw their way. That doesn't mean that they enjoy it. But their celestial creators don't care much about their pain. Archivir are a disposable workforce, dropped off on dead worlds to mine resources and then left behind when the work is done. Some survive, build up communities under hell-like conditions. Of course, their origins leave most of these groups mighty suspicious of outsiders. So approach with caution. There was a myth back on Earth. Two ravens sitting upon the shoulders of a god, feeding him information about the worlds below. No secret safe from their all-seeing eyes. Awakened ravens were engineered to be problem solvers, keen curiosity and remarkable memories. But when their Ark ship stopped on the wrong planet, that memory became a curse. They can't forget what went wrong. Not even all these generations later. Ravens are problem solvers, and people, left to their own devices, cause problems. They need a guiding hand, an all-knowing guardian, uncovering secrets, pushing things in the right direction. Yes, the ravens are watching us. I'm CC Orlev. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Do you know what fear is? The Mariyama do. They thrive on it. These monstrous celestials haunt the darkest corners of the cluster, hunting for isolated targets. And, unfortunately for their victims, the Mariyama are interested in more than just stealing cargo. They want minds, memories, emotions. The more twisted and tortured, the better. Captured prey will be subjected to intense psychological torment before being neurologically drained. rare few who the Mariyama allowed to survive and escape often never return to space, for they know too well the terror that lurks out there, in the dark, between the stars. I am CC Orlev. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
The Colonel says the future of humanity lies somewhere among the stars. He says nothing is as important as finding new planets to call home. And I believe him. Alien worlds found to be habitable are the new frontier for humanity. As the ancestors once said, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. But most are uninhabitable, or worse, deadly. Their atmospheres and ecologies more trouble than they're worth. Others, perhaps viable in theory, prove nothing more than desolate, hopeless wastelands. Some are even hostile. In fact, it often goes that the more beautiful the planet, the more sinister the threats it holds. The few that show fertile promise are made ready for terraforming, and their locations transmitted to the rest of the fleet. Since contact with the other arcs has gone cold, the Colonel insists the Hammercross set up a station here, on Emerald. He couldn't have known the planet would be toxic. Could he?
When our ancestors first domesticated animals, they had very specific purposes in mind as food sources, labor animals, or doting companions. But as our society faces the reality of a dying Earth, the role of domestic animals in our lives could be so much more. Meet Charlotte, the first of her kind, an awakened domestic pig. With our revolutionary biotech, she is an example of how we might unlock the cognitive potential of our animal companions and enhance their natural abilities. Charlotte may be the first of her kind, but she won't be the last.
She was not only brilliant, but courageous. To save her planet, she was willing to sacrifice everything and travel to the stars. As a frontier world, we were barely hanging on, desperate. We tried digging up our past to find the key to our future.
Max, we need to head back. There's too much interference.
Hold on. I'm getting a reading. I can't...
Max!
No! Wait! I'm all right.
What she found that day was a miracle. It would be our salvation. And she used that ship to explore the far-flung corners of the galaxy. A traveler on the hunt for celestial treasure.
Careful, Max.
The data structure is incredibly dense. This is it. Tom! Stay down!
She put her life on the line to bring back artifacts to put us on the path to scientific breakthroughs. She risked everything, time and again. But despite her bravery, eventually her luck would run out. Lucky for us, she made it home safely. While she was alive, she was too humble to speak of her adventures. But at least we, her descendants, can honor her memory. Thank you all for visiting the museum today, and safe travels tomorrow. Hey, that's off limits.
She was always charging headfirst into the darkness. I was always one step behind, looking for the light switch. The Celestials hunted us down. I knew they'd keep chasing us until they ripped our ship apart.
Come on!
And I had to save her. So, I led them away from this world, away from her. We both knew the cost of using the gates. When you travel at light speed, time slows to a crawl. It was only days for me, but an entire lifetime passed for her. And in the chaos of those final moments, we never said goodbye.
No, come with me! Wait! Please! Tom! I love you.